This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and once again we're in Boulder, Colorado. I'm here at Ratay Home Sales. Since 2004, they have been Boulder County's premier residential real estate team, serving not only Boulder, but the surrounding areas and into Denver. I'm here with Chris Ratay, who is the broker, owner, team leader. Thanks for joining us here today. Let's start off, first of all, we were out here in 2012, over 5 years ago. Back then, the philosophy really was work hard, play hard, live hard. I mean, that's what you did back then. Is that still a philosophy that works today for you? And do you think real estate is a good fit for that?
It absolutely is, and it's great to see you again, Gary. And yeah, the work, play, live is our motto. We've kind of made it into a livelihood for ourselves. We actually work really hard from February through November during the main part of the real estate season. And then my wife, Erin, and I, we actually take advantage of things in the slower market time of December and January. And then we actually travel. And so we generally travel in developing countries and go out and explore and kind of have that work, play, live attitude.
Absolutely. We're going to talk more about that for sure. Let's go to real estate here. I mean, the real estate transaction probably is one of the largest transactions most of us will make in a lifetime. Why is it not only important for the public to have a professional on their side of the table, but a top producing professional that has years of experience to help them kind of navigate through that process?
Well, Gary, you pretty much answered it yourself there. But, in reality, yes, this is typically the single largest investment anybody will make in a given year. And what we see is a lot of times people are making decisions that are very quick, they're very emotional and reactionary, and they actually don't look into the resale opportunities and what's going to happen down the road. So what we really try to point out to them is not just what is good for you and your family today, but when it's time for you to make a move from that purchase that you do now, how easy is it going to be to get you out of it at that time? And so whether the market is really good or not so good, our goal is to always have you above everybody else.
And regardless of the market, you guys have survived through the years without a problem, which is great. Your team, the local team, you've grown since we've been out in 2012. Mm-hmm. But when somebody brings you on, signs you on, they're getting more than just the local team. They're really getting an alliance with Remax here. Right. I mean, we're talking about the top nation-producing real estate organization out there. Is that important part of the package and part of your success?
It absolutely is, because we have a really good network here, not just with my own office here in Boulder. We've got several offices in the county, but we're able to actually communicate with agents that are in our other offices, even down in Denver, up in Fort Collins, wherever it might be. So if we have client needs, or if we have a listing, we can actually push it out to our friends in the other offices. So we just have a lot more reach. And so Remax Alliance really helps our customers do really well.
Excellent. Obviously, you don't become a top producing office by chance. Really, for you, I mean, real estate, people think of it as property, land. Yet at the end of the day, this is a people business. How important is unsurpassed service in what you do every day?
It's really the focus of our business. So last year, 95% of our business came from past clients, referrals, and our sphere, the people that we know. Only 5% of our business came from internet leads or Google, Yelp, things like that. We do really well on that sort of thing, but it's the fact that the people that we work with, we have long-term relationships with them. Long after the closing is done, we stay in constant contact. We put on seminars about investment properties, about what's going on in the marketplace. We do appreciation events. So really, it's not a 1, 2, 3, we'll never see you again. It's more 1, 2, 3, and then I'll be contacting you every couple of months, just making sure, hey, are there any contractors that you need? Are there any issues in the home that you've purchased that maybe we need to get somebody in there to help you figure it out? So relationships is huge.
Yeah. I mean, you're not only the realtor today for me, but you're looking into the future for me as well. I mean, I've been out there and I read the reviews out there, be it Facebook reviews, Google, even on Zillow, Yelp. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you have a team that's very friendly, easy to work with, but what I read is a lot of tangible things you're able to do for them, making it more efficient, more effective. Is that something that you strive for every day?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our goal is to get rave reviews. So when there's an issue, and that's the thing is real estate, anybody can do it when there's no problems. Where we really excel is when there's a problem. Our experience with negotiation, not just a lot of times people think negotiation is all about beating up the other side. No, in reality, what we try to do is find common grounds where everybody involved in the transaction can walk away feeling really good about what's happening. So when there is a problem, we can reach over across the table, have a friendly conversation with the other side and say, hey, guys, here's something that we need some help with. Can we work together to come to a solution? And so that expertise and experience of really looking towards beyond the end goal and making sure that the client has an exceptional experience really is important to us.
So obviously it is very important to listen to the client on the front end. Hard to serve somebody if you don't know what it is they need. Once you've listened, be it buying or selling, then it's basically you're able to put a strategy together. Mm-hmm. This is really a customized approach you're able to do regardless if it's residential or commercial. Is that first and personal touch pretty important?
It really is important. I mean, what we try to focus on is making sure that we're listening with our ears, but also with our eyes. So 60% of all home buyers buy on the first day that they go out and look at properties. Now, that statistic is a little bit interesting because a lot of people are searching online. But when you come and work with us, our goal is to not have you buy on the first day. The first day is about kicking tires. It's about figuring out spaces, figuring out what needs you're going to have down the road. So we really like to focus on watching as people go through a home, and when they get excited or frustrated and they just want the process over with, or they're super excited, we can say, yeah, we know you're super excited about this, but what about all those things we've been talking about for all these weeks? Are we really making a good decision for today? Or maybe should we just get something to eat and then come back and readdress it? Because a lot of times we find that this is highly emotional, and if we can go back to things that we noticed in the past, we can really help them make good decisions for the future.
That is absolutely great. Colorado, we have no shortage.
Word, absolutely.
Yes, I did. For sure. Colorado, we have no shortage of realtors out there, be it here in Boulder or Denver. Once again, I think it's very important people understand that when they match up with an organization like yours that has the backing of Remax, that alliance, an organization that began back in the 70s, they're not only locally, nationwide huge, but really in over 85 countries globally. When you're that big, I imagine you can do some things that a lot of the smaller ones that are popping up every day can't do.
Oh, that's very true. In fact, recently on our last trip, we were in Egypt, and we actually gave a talk in Egypt to a bunch of Remax agents about how we market, how we brand. Things are done very differently in other countries. I have connections down in Argentina. I've given talks in Argentina as well. And what that does is it opens up the door. So when we have listings or other opportunities for people, we can actually reach not just within our county, not just within our country, but we can go across to different continents. And that's kind of a cool thing to do. And, does it work? Does it make a difference? When you just throw everything out there, something's going to stick, and every little bit helps.
Absolutely. There's my word again. How come I'm saying that so many times? Twice already. That is definitely right. When I look at the website, I'm kind of amazed how far we've come from the printed MLS book of yesterday. I mean, I see on your website there, people are able to go in, do their own searches, filtering, definitely making it more effective for people out there and not so much a waste of time in driving around looking for something that may not fit.
Years ago, it was all about the realtor keeping the information close to the vest. The attitude has changed over the years. And really, what our goal is to get as many eyeballs onto a property. So even whether it's a listing that we have, we're trying to push it out to as many people as we can. But also on the buy side, arming the consumer with a bunch of data, because we're in a very data-driven community, is really a good thing. And our highest and best use is not being the first guy to identify a property and say, hey, Gary, we found the house. No, what our real value is in actually going through the property with our buyers, going through the things that we've talked about over the last few weeks or months, making sure that the fit is really good for them, and then making sure they make a good decision for resale down the road. So giving them all that information, sold data, what's happening in the immediate area, all that information, by giving that to them, giving it to people up front, it actually makes the transaction easier for everybody, and people are going in with their eyes wide open. So the fact that the old MLS books are gone is actually a good thing.
I believe that as well. I mean, honestly, Chris, your friends have become your clients. Your clients have become your friends. And it sounds like you're a good friend to have in your corner, especially when you're moving into a new house. I mean, you even throw the moving truck in. Is that right?
Yeah, we actually, so we have a moving truck. We have a little pickup truck as well. We send pizza now for the people that are helping the clients move in. You know what's really interesting, Gary? The trucks are always available for our clients, but when the heavy lifting of the boxes it comes time for that, I'm never able to be there, but I can always be there for the pizza delivery.
That is a true statement. Absolutely. Can. Real estate, I mean, when I look at the real estate market, it's fast paced, it's on demand. You guys are on call 24/7 many times for clients. Do you find that a lot of realtors find themselves in this busy environment getting burnt out? And this basically the work hard, play, live, is that something you pass on to your team so that they're able to serve people really ultimately better?
Yeah, the thing is we do have to work really hard. We work all hours. We work on weekends, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. I can be on the phone with a client trying to put the finishing touches on a deal or on a contract. But we also strive and really encourage other agents within our team and our organization that every 90 days they find the opportunity to sleep in a bed with their partner that's not where they currently live. In other words, take some time off. So we do believe in the work really hard. Long hours, absolutely. A lot of stress, all those things. But in order to be effective, you have to take a step away sometime, reload, refresh, and then you can come out swinging again. And that's really the fact that we take our annual 2-month trip in December and January. It really allows us to take a step away from the business, outside of the business. We come back with a lot of great ideas, a lot of things that we want to implement, updates, improvements to our systems. And so having that opportunity to step away really helps us be able to come out swinging that much harder.
This started out for you as a one-year trip back in at the turn of the century. It turned into a 4-year adventure, Guinness World Record for adventure. I'm looking at your guys' journey page. You guys haven't slowed down. I mean, share with us your last trip you took here in 2017. It looked like a part 3 of Africa. I mean, tell me about that.
Yeah, so we have our Land Rover Defender. Her name is Vifaru because she looks like a white rhino, and that is Swahili for white rhino. But it's basically a kitted out 4x4 with long-range fuel tanks, water tanks, rooftop tent, everything that we need to go out into the bush and survive. And what we like to do is it's not so much about just being in different places, but seeing the different cultures, meeting the man on the street, really important to us. So this last trip we flew into Kenya where the truck was parked from the year before, and we continued up through Ethiopia, an amazing country, Sudan, where we weren't sure if we could get in with our American passports, and we were greeted with open arms and some of the friendliest people in the world. Egypt was the next stop, and just all the things, all the sights that you can see along the Nile were fantastic. I highly encourage people, if they haven't had a chance to go to Africa from tip to top, there's so many things, animals, people, culture. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We're very lucky that we're able to do it.
Very lucky to be able to do that. Very lucky to travel to countries that some people don't get to go to. Do you feel this has kind of enabled you and pushed you to give back locally to your own organization here, to the community here, and even globally?
Yeah. So one of the things that's near and dear to us is a program called New Story, and it actually has to do with house building. So in Haiti, they had some terrible hurricanes many years ago, and people were living in what were supposed to be temporary tents. And so they found a way to come in and build concrete structures for people. And it's in Haiti and Bolivia, and they're expanding to some other countries. And so it's a big thing for us. We contribute greatly to them, and we just really appreciate putting the smiles on people's faces. And we've seen how people live in developing countries all over the world and the hardships. And if we can do something to help them out, it just kind of feels good, and we enjoy it.
Basically, the old proverb is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I would have to say, does the real estate adventure, is that still rewarding to you and something that you enjoy taking that journey?
Oh yeah, real estate is, I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing real estate. I often think about that if for some reason they kicked me out, I would be lost. I love it. It's the emotional challenges, the negotiating, it feels really good when we can help a client reach their goals, when we can beat out other people, when we can hold their hands through a difficult situation. I had somebody in my office yesterday break down in tears. We hadn't even started looking at houses. I just told them, hey, this is highly emotional, and it's okay that if you feel the urge to cry, it's okay. And the woman actually started crying right there on the spot because we gave her permission. And it's just, helping people make these decisions, make good decisions, definitely feels really good.
Not every occupation you can make your clients your friends like that and see that. That is great. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their contact information. Their office is located right here in Boulder, Colorado. Come on in, talk with them. They're basically going to sit you down and understand what it is that you're needing, be it buying or selling. Check out the technology, cutting edge technology that Remax Alliance has provided. You can go online, do your own searches, find out the area, schools, you name it. Everything is right there at your fingertips. Once again, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Check them out on Facebook. They'll keep you apprised of any new listings around the area as well. This is a professional team that is here to help you navigate through the exciting, adventurous world of real estate. That is Ratay Home Sales. Work, play, live. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.